Welcome to the Home Healthcare Today Show. I'm your host, Dr. Clemente Moore. All right, folks, so it's July. And in July, of course, that's the National Family Health Wellness Day. And as promised, we're out in the field. So if you all recall, viewers of the show, listeners of the podcast, a couple of weeks back, we had Tim Walton, Vice President of the National Football League Player Association Detroit chapter on our show to talk about the camp of the century. We are here at the camp of the century at Detroit PAL's headquarters at the corner. All right, so today's guests are not only Brother Tim Walton, but we have Karen Hall. Karen Hall is the Deputy Athletic Director of Detroit PAL. So we're going to get into this partnership between Detroit PAL, NFLPA, and all the great things that are going on in the city of Detroit for its youth. The second half of our segment, we're going to talk about vision, of course, because I Care for Detroit van is here. We did a lot of screenings yesterday. We're going to talk in our second segment about eye health and eye injury prevention and UV protection, as hot as it is right now in the D. All right, folks, so welcome. Karen, welcome to the Home Healthcare Today show.
For having me.
Thank you for hosting us, right? And of course, thank you for doing so much for the community and the young people. Tell us a little bit about this partnership between you all and the NFLPA.
So the NFLPA, Tim Walton, believe it or not, we go way, way back.
Hey now.
Tim knew me when I was a little girl, know my family. And so it's interesting how things just come full circle. Tim and I had a conversation. We were traveling both in the airport. He was going to a spot. I was coming from a spot. And so we met up and said, hey, what are we doing?
Yes.
We need to help you.
Yes.
I told him about the combine that we did last year, was our inaugural year. And so we wanted to see how we can make it bigger and better. And so, of course, that was that partnership. And we've always had, partnerships with turkey drives and some other things. But, he is really into doing something for the kids.
Absolutely.
And so, of course, with his connections with the NFL Players Association, my work that I do with Detroit PAL, it was just kind of like a marriage made in heaven. And so here we are today.
Yes.
Hosting a elementary and middle school combine and what he titled as the Youth Camp of the Century.
That's right.
And so, and the part that the NFL players bring to it is they're doing a linebacker camp. They're hosting our big man challenge because oftentimes everything is always focused on the skills players. What we wanted to do was expand that and now include some of our big men to let them know, hey, you're important too. Big men matter too.
Absolutely. Very important.
So this is where we are. And they, he brought the NFL players in.
Yeah.
He brought his son, Tim Walton Jr.
That's right.
So the coach at Texas Southern.
Yeah.
They have been doing a phenomenal job. Okay. We've done our first session with the younger kids. Now our second session is going to be with the older kids.
Well, for that. Karen,
it's been wonderful.
Karen, so it takes not only the synergies of connecting and saying, let's do something big.
Absolutely.
Ultimately, what do you see your vision for the youth as related to this combine?
Well, we look at what's happening with our youth across the city of Detroit, the team takeovers.
That's right.
And so what we wanted to do was give them something positive.
That's right.
Show, hey, we want you to come take over our valley quarters.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like our form of a team takeover.
Yes.
Where they can come in and they can showcase their talents. They can do a 40-yard dash.
That's right.
Broad jump. They can do a vertical jump. And what it is, we're also introducing them to what happens on an NFL combine.
Yes.
The company that does the NFL combine is Zybex Sports.
Yes.
So it's the very same company that deal with our NFL players. They're coming in and doing the exact testing that our NFL players go through when they're preparing for the draft.
Yes.
And so it gives them kind of a look and feel, an introduction into, is this really what you want to do? Like,
absolutely. There you go.
The other thing, too, this is kind of like their form of an SAT.
Yes.
They create a profile, and that profile can follow them from first grade to second grade to third grade to high school to college. And so Zybex Sports have an interesting concept where they have players who have started out in youth football,
Yes.
went to high school, went to college, and now are in the pros. And they were able to track their progress all the way from beginning to end. And that's what we wanted to introduce to our young people and give them that same opportunity that others have.
Well done, Kim. Indeed, you are doing that. So this is day 2.
This is day 2.
Tim, switching to you. Yesterday was day 1. And interestingly enough, there was so much going on, not just for the young people, but for their families as well. There were conversations and topics about concussion protocol, right? Even had a financial literacy piece going on. Tim, talk a little bit more about how those particular segments add value to that athletic experience that young people are getting.
I think that, like Karen said, it was, this is, you can't find this camp nowhere in the country. I think that what Karen and I, like she said, it was kind of birthed in the airport. Her vision and then my vision and us coming together as one. Right? It was, so day 1, let me tell you something, it ran.
Yeah.
It ran smooth. We had you and your team out,
Right.
doing the eye vision. We had Henry Ford, who helped
sponsors, yeah.
financially team come up and do financial literacy. If I'm not mistaken, that's mandated in some high schools now. They have some form of financial youth literacy. So, absolutely. So that was a blessing. And then we were able to have some current players come out.
Yeah.
We had a treat with the current referee.
Sure did.
Because we're in sports, people don't realize. I mean, Karen she can attest to this. Is these referees, those are real positions out there.
That's
These guys are making some real money.
Yes, sir.
That's a real gig.
Yeah.
So when he came in, the guy who actually Mr. Smith he was in the Super Bowl.
That's right.
With a Super Bowl ring.
Come on. That's right.
So it was something that was phenomenal.
Yes, it was.
And I tell you what I love about Karen is she's like game day ready. Because you know what, we didn't have the playbook.
No, that's right.
When the play showed up, it was like, okay, let's run this play.
That's right. That's right.
And that's how we roll. We was like, and it just fell into place. So
that's right.
I think that this camp, obviously we want to make this year after year.
Amen.
But also the relationship that I have on the board of directors in the NFL Players Association and what we have with other health in other states.
Yes, sir.
I love to mimic this, take this, and take this all over the country, because this right here is this is an anomaly right here. It is an anomaly. These kids don't know what they are really getting.
That's right.
This is a gem in the making.
There you go. So hey, the Channel 20 viewers out there, those that are homebound, that's our traditional target. Many of you, of course, follow sports. You follow the teams. You follow the young people as they emerge. But it starts here. It starts right in your home, in your basement, your attic, the bedroom, kitchen table, and this community. So understanding that there's community partnerships in place to continue to build this next generation of not only great athletes, but great Detroiters, great citizens, right? So we have an opportunity here in Detroit to set an example for the rest of the nation, So prior to our commercial here, let's dive a little deep here, right? So there's so much going on in society as related to young people, their health, their wellness, social justice, the pursuit of higher education, and the like. How can a partnership like this be the beacon of great and positive relationships between law enforcement, young people growing up, and then, of course, healthcare organizations and any group that wants to strengthen our community?
So Detroit Power, we look at Detroit Power like it's a home.
Yes.
For all of those entities that you just named.
Yes, ma'am.
The great thing is my experience that I have is 28 years in the mental health and child welfare system.
Yes.
I was a vice president, so I dealt with kids who were adjudicated into court, kids who were in foster care.
Yeah.
So I knew what the other side looked like.
Uh-huh.
But on my right side, I had those kids who were literally, you got one foot in and one foot out. So I was able to help those young people navigate and say, okay, this is what you need to do to make sure you stay out of the system. Let's guide you in the right direction. And so, partnerships like Detroit PAL, NFL Players Association, coming together, we're able to tap into every single one of those areas
Love it.
and provide
Yeah.
tools
That's right.
that our young people can use,
Yes.
not just in youth eras right now, but on into adulthood, because eventually they're going to be our age.
Absolutely.
And so it's really what they're doing right now is going to set the stage of what they're possibly going to be doing later on. So
Yeah.
Tim and I, we were kids at one point.
That's right. That's
There were
right. Not that long ago.
long ago.
That's right.
You know, there were people who poured into us.
Amen.
So really, that's what we're doing now is giving back. For those folks who poured into us,
That's right.
now it's our turn to pour into the next generation.
Absolutely, Karen.
So we want to make sure that, you know, our next generation, as we say, have those tools in the toolbox.
That's right.
Really be able to give them some other experiences and some other opportunities.
Love
And
that.
so that's what this partnership does, is create those opportunities for our young people.
Yes, it does. Love the vision, love the passion and the
Yeah.
commitment, Karen.
Yeah.
Keep it up. Tim, take us home before we start that next segment about vision care, because we got Karen's vision here as a former athlete, as a leader today. We're going to get into this next segment about eye health and eye injury. How important is it for the young people to take care of their eyes, take care of their vision?
Well, I think it's major to be able to take care of their eyes. I think there's a lot of kids out there today playing sport that don't realize that they really, I hate to say it like this, but they really can't see. They
Yes.
don't have the vision that they think they have. But in order to have a partnership like what Karen and I have,
Yes.
Detroit Pal, the NFL Players Association, you have to have someone like Karen with a heart.
Amen.
I mean, Karen is not really, she's being modest, but I think she just came off of a trip with about 300-400 kids, right?
Yeah.
So you have to love
Yes.
youth
Yep.
to be in the position that she's in.
Wonderful.
And so what I love about her is we just have the same vision. We just want to make sure that our kids, and don't forget now, I told you, I was a West Side Cub. Back then, that was packed.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what they are right now.
Exactly.
You know,
There they go. There they go.
You know, I think they tried to do their own thing.
Right.
You know, they came back, they did left. So,
Yeah.
but I was a PAL kid. So, you know, to give back to
Yes, sir.
the PAL organization, man, it's just a blessing.
And it aligns with us. It aligns with our work of eye care for Detroit. It's not just the eye, but it's individuals, you know, like yourself, like Sister Karen here, that actually care for Detroiters and embody. So taking care of the kids' vision, taking care of their overall health, creating pathways forward, you know, and then the collaboration, right? And a shout out to the parents. You know, I think a lot of times parents, grandparents out there watching the show don't necessarily get the props that you deserve. But parents in the city, grandparents showed up for this combine, you know?
Absolutely.
And it's great to see so many Detroit dads
Yes.
actively involved, engaged with their children, household, leading the way, not only athletically, but personally and professionally. So we love it, y'all. We look forward to doing this year over year.
Absolutely.
All right. Ultimately, you know, this will be a national thing.
100%.
Maybe we'll be Eye Care for America.
Amen. That's right.
Karen, once again, thank you for all that you do in this community. Brother Tim, thank you for bringing us in on this.
100%, man.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for coming.
Fantastic. All right, folks, headed to a commercial. We'll be right back with our very own Dr. Lisa Berry. You won't want to miss it. Stay tuned.
Never in the history of healthcare delivery has an organization offered such complete care to Detroiters. Your eye care experience may begin in our state-of-the-art eye clinic, but it doesn't stop there. We can come to you. Delivering vision and home health care is the hallmark of the Eye Care for Detroit and American Advantage partnership. Helping you to feel better and see clearly is the perfect putt. Call Eye Care for Detroit today.
Welcome back to the Home Healthcare Today show. So we had an excellent conversation, right, in our first half of the segment where we dove into not only National Family Health and Wellness Day and Week, but we spent some time with Karen Hall and Tim Walton, right? But now we're behind the scenes with Eye Care for Detroit leaders. Okay, so we have our lead optometrist, Dr. Lisa Berry, on the show, and we have Patrice Brand, optician and receptionist. So we get down in the streets, Detroit, right? We're out, we deliver vision, we pull up in driveways, community centers, you name it, deliver vision. This week, we were here at the NFLPA Combine, where we were able to do screenings for a lot of young people. And we handed out cards in the event that a young person got screened and may need an exam by Dr. Berry. Their mom or dad has a card, right, to get their eyes checked before they go back to school. So we're just having fun. But on a serious note, I want to have a conversation with Dr. Berry as well as Patrice about eye injuries, UV protection, health, some of the products we offer to help, people or young folks with vision health, and the importance of good vision. So, Dr. Berry, welcome to the Home Health Care Day Show. It's a pleasure. So, Doc, we're always like doing the thing, right? Like doing the thing, right? So whether you're doing the full comprehensive eye exams, the diabetic screenings, Patrice, whether you are like checking eye pressure, dilating folks, getting or ordering prescriptions, but now we get a chance to talk together to the community about the secret sauce behind eye care for Detroit. Dr. Berry, how important is vision health for young people?
It's extremely important for the health and safety of the children to have good quality eye care, to make sure that everything is protected when they're playing sports.
Yes.
Particularly or in any kind of situation where there's hazardous materials or they could possibly potentially incur an injury. We like to screen the kids for doing eye exams at least by age 4 or 5 in our kind of setting, but you can go as young as, infants. There's a program that's called Infant C that you can even get eye care very much at a younger age as well.
Absolutely.
So if you're playing sports, just make sure that your eyes are protected. Regular glasses don't really protect your eyes before sports because your glasses can still shatter. So we need polycarbonate or ANSI standard safety goggles or sport glasses because sport-related injury is one of the top things that can be happening when you play sports. You don't really expect that a projectile will come towards your eyes, but it can happen and it can occur suddenly.
Absolutely. Thank you for that, Dr. Berry. Patrice, speaking of some of those safety glasses, right?
Yes.
Kids are a little, sometimes self-conscious about glasses. Where they're like, I don't want the big pop model lenses, or I don't want the big strap because I'm an athlete and I gotta stay close. So let's talk a little bit about some of the eyewear that we offer at Eye Care for Detroit.
Well, just like a lot of older companies, we have polycarbonate lenses, which is something that I always recommend, especially for the children. And with a lot of insurances, it is fully covered due to the fact that it is a strong, more impact-resistant lens, and it is really directed toward the younger ages because, they can't keep them on all the time. They drop them. They play with them too. So polycarbonate is something that we offer. We always recommend for our children.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, Patrice. Dr. Berry, back to you. So, offering vision care in so many different settings. So we have our traditional walk-in clinic on Detroit's west side. We're in talks to open up a east side campus in the Samaritan Center area. But mobile units, parking lots, baseball diamonds, at the corner. Let's talk about that, Dr. Berry. Some of the challenges, we'll keep it real with folks because sometimes people call us up and they're like, where are you? I got an eye appointment at 10 o'clock.
Yes.
Where's that mobile unit?
So we do offer appointments inside your home or outside your home. And we have serious challenges going into the community. However, we're passionate about bringing the eye care to you if you can't make it to the clinic. We just want you to see and be taken well care of.
That's right.
If you're not able to come out. So that's our main priority. And it is very important for the kids to get out there. We want them to be able to see, for kids to be able to do well in school. And so a lot of times kids may have some eye-related challenges and don't really know why mom or dad's seeing their grades going down, and it's really a vision problem. So that's why we'd love for you to come out and see us and
Yes.
get your eyes checked. The vision van is available to come to different events as well as we sign up and go forward. We just are passionate about taking care of eye care.
So thank you so much, Dr. Barry. Patrice, all right. So Patrice, you have a good time, right, with a lot of our, patients. So let's talk a little bit about that before we get into UV protection, as related to eye care. Let's talk a little bit about passion for the community, passion for individuals, and even the delivering vision piece where we like take glasses to homes and drop them off, and you have personally done that on multiple occasions. So a little bit about your passion, and I'll ask Dr. Berry the same question about her passion and love for the work.
Of course. So for starters, it's just that feeling like they are so appreciative of what we offer here at Eye Care for Detroit. Just once you deliver those glasses and they put them on, I can see again. Give me a hug, and it's just that feeling. It's just always a wonderful feeling. Because eyesight, it's a necessity, and it's.
Yeah. Without it, you're in trouble. If you had to rank your senses, I bet eye care would be in the top.
So it's just that feeling of they are so appreciative, and I just feel great being able to provide that for the individuals that can't.
Absolutely. Very good. Dr. Barry, we've been on the road a lot, right? And oftentimes we empathize and we feel the pain of some of our, patients, some of those homebound patients that are bedbound. And we understand in some cases we've seen a patient who hasn't had an eye exam in over 20 years or so.
Yes.
So Dr. Barry, could you share with, the TV viewers and some of the podcast listeners out there how you view this as a calling to an extent, because your passion comes through, just like Patrice's passion comes through with ordering glasses and dispensing them and dropping them off. Your passion and care comes out bedside patients, whether it's in the clinic, physical clinic, or mobile unit. So let's talk about that calling piece.
So ever since a very young age, I wanted to help people.
Yes.
So this is a career path I chose, and it's been extremely rewarding. Just to make sure that people have adequate vision care. So many eye diseases are preventative.
Yes.
And if patients can't get out or they're having financial struggles, whatever the reason is, and they don't go get their eyes checked or they can't, we can't detect if they have glaucoma or sight-threatening diseases that could be prevented. And so it's extremely rewarding.
Yes.
It's very uplifting to be able to honor the people that we serve in Detroit and the surrounding area to make sure that they get adequate care. It's not just about the eyes, it's about the heart too. We have all big hearts here and we serve the community and love our people as well because we all have a pair of eyes and we're all in this together to make sure that we can see.
I love it. Thank you, Dr. Barry. Thank you, Patrice. Yes, indeed. So that's our motto. That's our mission. I care for Detroit. You care for Detroit. We all care about the eye care of Detroiters and then surrounding areas. So we're I care for Detroit doing business as I care for Michigan because we don't only serve Detroiters. We serve folks in a number of different areas around the state. Shout out to our sponsor, Meridian Health Plan, care above all else. All right. Speaking of Meridian and those sunglasses that Meridian has donated to us to give to individuals, Dr. Barry,
yes,
UV protection, and then portray some of those, progressive, transitional sunglasses that can help with UV. But Dr. Barry, what's going on with this UV protection?
So it's extremely important to have 100% UVB protection for the eyes. Not only is it preventative for eye diseases, but it helps prevent multiple things from happening further down the line. So we always recommend a good pair of prescription or non-prescription sunglasses. And just as it was with the safety glasses,
Yes.
We mentioned that earlier, but you can also get safety glasses in your prescription too. I wanted to mention that. We offer that ability too. So if you have a prescription, we'd be happy to help you with that.
Absolutely. Very good. Thank you. Patrice, a little more about those different tints and colors that folks want in those glasses and transitions.
Yes. So a lot of our clients come in and they want transitional lenses or anything that is like protective light, UV protection. So transitional lenses, you will it changes from shades to regular prescription lenses. As soon as you step out into the UV light, they change to sunglasses for you, and that's something that I will always recommend for anyone who is light sensitive. They also have transitional lenses that stay activated behind the windshield of a car, which is also great as well. So something that I always recommend, or tints. It's a fashionable side of things, but it also protects your eyes as well because it guards your eye from that light.
Right, so there's a little cost associated, folks,
Yes, it is.
with some of the upgrades, right? We do accept multiple insurance plans, but the cost, there's an added premium for those transitions as well as those progressive lenses, right? But just a heads up, we plan to deliver our own prescriptions to folks, glasses on demand. So just a little sneak peek. Eye Care for Detroit is going to invest in our own optical lab to cut those lenses to diminish that turnaround time, because we've had some obstacles with labs that are, out of state and the cost associated with that. But we're committed to closing that gap to indeed deliver vision to Detroiters and those Michigan residents. All right, folks, that does it for this episode of the Home Healthcare Today show. I hope it's been impactful and engaging. And once again, reach out to us at Eye Care for Detroit, 313-644-3233. Catch the Home Healthcare Today show every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. on WNYD TV 20, as well as YouTube. Any healthcare related questions, feel free to visit our website. Ask Dr. Barry some questions, and we'll get those appropriate responses back to you. All right, folks, we'll see you next Saturday. Be well. Here's our quick little infomercial here. Many of us spend quite a bit of time on our handheld devices, as well as computers, television screens, and the like. My iPhone told me that I logged in 7.5 hours of screen time last week alone, just on the phone. Dr. Berry,
Yes.
let's talk a little bit about this, challenge that so many people have with screen time.
Okay, so we do spend a lot of time on our computers and digital devices, which can cause eye strain, as well as more susceptible to blue wavelength of light, which needs to be protected.
Yes.
And so we like to say, if you can spend time on the computer or digital devices and every 20 minutes look at least 20 feet away for 20 seconds, that's going to relax those eye muscles and help, along with getting the blue light protection on your glasses, which will filter out some of those harmful rays that can cause later in life, in some studies, to show cataracts and other things like macular degeneration. So it's just best to protect your eyes, and be wise, protect your eyes.
Wonderful. Thank you, Dr. Berry. So remember the rule of 2020. Hey, look away. You've been on a digital screen, computer, watching television for 20 minutes. Take that break. Look 20 feet away for
20 seconds.
All right.